Um, as well as London office senior partner, I head up our client relationships for KPMG across the professional services sector. So looking forward to sharing some insights from our clients that we're talking to at the moment, as well as what's happening at KPMG. So I want to look at this through three lenses: leading and developing people in terms of staff, managers, and the leaders that we're also all responsible for. If I think first of all about staff and how our staff are feeling as most of us move towards a hybrid model, obviously we're not there yet. I don't know about your firm, but at KPMG, the vast majority of people still working from home and haven't been back into the office since March last year. Some have, but the majority still haven't. I was talking with my reverse mentor the other day about what she wants for the future. And she says right now what she wants to do is she wants to earn, she wants to learn, and she wants to work with purpose. So straight back to that purpose word that you mentioned, Max, there. So that's what somebody roughly average age of our staff, 27, wants from our firm right now. What does that mean for us as leaders? Well, when we think about developing, leading our people with staff, it's often formal learning that we think about first of all. Those professional qualifications, people choose to join our firms because they want to learn and gain a professional qualification. Of course, they have moved online and very successfully. Some of us will have looked at reducing our learning and development budgets over the last year, often the first cost line to get focus and to get reduced when times are tough. If you've not started looking at that again and started thinking about how you bring your learning and development for all your staff to the forefront, please do now. You saw the issues that we're all focusing on. Our people are ambitious. They expect us to be investing in them. So it's certainly the time to think about learning and development outside professional qualifications. And also, I think sometimes we forget the benefit of learning. It's not just the skills that you learn whilst you're on the course. It's a chance to step away from the day job, which many of us need right now. It's really intense in our sector. And also to network with colleagues who are more senior than you. That was a big learning for us at KPMG. We moved too far to online learning before COVID was even a thing, and people were missing the chance to debate questions, maybe questions around purpose, with people of all generations in the firm. So certainly bring back some more formal learning opportunities. Learning by osmosis, of course, really important for many of us, and I'm sure your firms are thinking about how you do that, whether it's having a virtual audit room or a bid room with everybody on Teams at the same time during the day, so you can just raise your hand and ask a question just as you would if you were in a project room together. One more point I just wanted to raise when we're thinking about the development and how we develop our staff, one that's super important for inclusion and diversity, and that's how we allocate out the work. Because we all know, if you think back over your experience, remember when I was in transaction services, it was whether I got the really exciting project or before that, the opportunity to pitch to a client, that I really got the chance to learn, develop and show my potential. So one thing I really urge you to keep an eye on is make sure that you've got some sort of process in place to make sure that the allocation of the projects is fair and happening with some process behind it, so you can track that there's equal opportunity for people to allow themselves to show you their potential as well as develop. So some points there around staff. Let's move on to talk about managers. So that middle layer within our firm, super important right now as we start to transition to new ways of working. Now, their role has increased, I'm sure, in your firm over the time of COVID, where we've all been asking our managers to get much more involved in the well-being of their teams. So I'm sure many of you listening will have already had mental health initiatives, perhaps at board level before COVID hit, but my goodness, were they not tested over the last 18 months or so? So we're expecting our managers to continue, the forward-looking firms are absolutely expecting our managers to continue to have that insight and management of the well-being of their teams. We're also expecting them to play their role in learning and coaching in a hybrid world that we've just talked about. Many of us, as that poll just showed, are experiencing high employee turnover. I think it's a time when lots of people in professional services world are looking for change. Last few months have been hard. human, I think, to think, right, I need a change, to put that behind. So I'm seeing turnover across the legal services, across the wider professional services sector that we've never seen before. That means for those managers on the ground, not only are they having to motivate a team where some have resigned, they're having to play their part in recruitment, but then they're having to play a crucial role in induction and coaching people as they join. So for all of those reasons, plus the fact that managers are dealing with uncertainty, and many of our workers, whatever field of professional services in, are the type of people who quite like to be in control. Those managers need our support right now. They need focused leaders' time. They need to be reassured they're doing a good job. They need to be thanked, and we need to be there for them. Then finally, just to wrap up on leaders, so us, the people at the senior levels of our firm, we're dealing with change. We need to have that empathy. And of course, we're all on the roller coaster of COVID. Our resilience will be tested at times. We need to keep mistakes in proportion. We'll all make them. We're living in an environment of change. So testing and learning and talking in that way, crucial. And finally, Richard, you talked about holiday at the start, and we'll be pausing some of the sessions of this group. I think that's spot on. If you've not already spoken to your senior leaders about the need for them to show leadership by role modeling, taking holiday this summer, please do that. I strongly advise it.